But I got to tape those wrists heavily, man.
Oh, yeah.
In the knees, a lot of ice, but it works.
Do you guys get angry? Like, you made obviously a lot of money, but when you look at guys that are making like these $100 million contracts, and does it make you go like, oh, Jesus, I wish I was 10
You would have
years
been one of
later.
those guys.
Yeah, you would have been one of those
You
guys.
would have been one of those guys, Dave.
I tell my son.
I know you did well, but
my son just told me. He said, "I don't want to play baseball anymore." I was like, "Oh man!" So every day I slip him, or through my wife, I slip him. Say, Ryan Howard, he got 125 for 5. And they say, "Dad, you only made 30, 40 million." I said, "Come on, man. Americans don't make this kind of money." But
exactly.
baseball is a great occupation. You have a lot of fun. You make a lot of friends. You make a name for yourself. You travel. I got a college education you meet presidents. I know the last 5 presidents of the United States. If they come in here, "Hey, Dave, how you doing?" I said, "I'm doing good. How you doing?" But, we'd have, because of sports, I've done a lot of stuff. And not only for myself, but for others. And that's kind of what life is all about. It really is.
Is your son talented?
He is, man.
Does he have a shot, you think?
The man is 6'7", 230, 15 years old. I said, man,
What?
all you can throw. They're scared of you. Come on. But as a parent, you can't keep
push
pushing.
them.
You can't let them make their choices. I have a daughter who plays volleyball.
Just tell him
They're
you're going to cut him
twins.
off when he's 21 if he doesn't
I
continue.
do tell him that.
You throw his chest head out.
But we're doing all right. So what do you mean we? I'm doing all right. You haven't done a thing yet. But we have a lot of fun. Got a great
6'7",
family.
230, 15 years old.
But they're very bright in school. They're good kids.
Good
That's what it's all about.
Does he love sports, or does he kind of feel like it's got to be tough if you're Dave Winfield's son? That's a lot to live up to.
And someday I'll find out if that's why sometimes they back off of something. But they love sports. They love, going to games and meeting people and video games and all that. They're typical teenagers.
You went into the hall as a Padre, which did not make Steinbrenner particularly happy. Was it because you had was it kind of out of loyalty because I think they brought you up, or was it just kind of you were annoyed at the Yankees?
No, it was the former, is what you say. It's like the Padres drafted me out of college, let me come right to the major leagues. I did everything there for the first time. And I appreciated that. When it came down to it, the ownership of the Padres wasn't the same as when I started to play. And with the Yankees, after I left, I hadn't really talked to them. They never, after I left, it was 10 years after I left, I really had no communication with anybody.
Wow.
So you make your choice. But it works out where I'm still friends with everybody. They embrace me. I'm glad when I come to New York. Hey,
Oh, yeah.
I have
Of
a good
course.
time, man.
We all think of you as a Yankee. That's
Most people, a lot
Right?
of people do.
Yeah.
What makes you decide after such a long career too that it's time to just stop?
Sometimes they do things to you that you say, man, what kind of mess is this? I'm playing with Cleveland. We're up one time. We're up by about 10 games on the rest of the league. And they're going to pinch hit for me and we're winning? I said, you come on, man. What kind of nonsense is that? One of my teammates said, man, you got to go get the manager. You got to. I said, I can't go out like that, man. I can't knock him out. That wouldn't be right. That wouldn't be right.
Is it insulting when they pinch hit for you? Is that like...
Of course.
He's Dave
Winfield.
I don't mean
Oh,
Dave,
yeah.
but I mean in general for the average
It's not
player.
like he's a fucking
Average player? No.
Yeah, that would.
average player. But Dave Winfield, yes.
Yeah, I said, come on, man. What kind of stuff is this? But, you get to a point, and on the other side, as an individual sometimes,
Oh, yeah.
you swing at a pitch, how did I miss that one? And then it happens again. How did I miss that one? And so when I finally retired, my wife said, you're squinting when you look at this paper. I'm not squinting. I'm looking. So I go and I can't even read the stuff on the wall, with the doctor's office. I said, maybe I should have got some glasses. I'd played a year.
I could have squeezed another year or two.
So that's when it's time.
And I wanted to see a fastball
But I
go
was
by.
fortunate. It wasn't like the body had broken down.
Yeah.
No knee surgeries, no concussions, no. I was blessed. I was
You played
fortunate.
22 years. I mean, you had a long career.
That's a long career, especially without tearing yourself up like that.
And I was you keep your thought.
Yeah, no problem.
It was a good thing for me. I didn't play on a lot of AstroTurf. Well, now whatever they call it now,
yeah.
but back then it was AstroTurf.
And it was harder back
It was
then, too,
just
right?
a little green fake grass on top of a concrete parking lot. And so a lot of guys I know, man, they've had hip surgery and knee replacements. I'm blessed. None of that's happened.
Wow.
Kind of leads to my question, the steroid thing.
Yeah.
Do you talk about that, or I don't want to put you in a spot.
No, we can
today.
talk about it. I mean, I'm executive vice president in baseball, and the Padres. When I address the team each year, I tell them, hey, we're going to do everything we can to support you young people. Want you to succeed. It's good for the organization. It's good for you. Want you to succeed. If you mess with drugs, we're going to bust your behind. You know, we don't play.
Right.
You know, you're going to get a bad name, bad reputation. You're going to lose your opportunity to have a great life. So I don't mind telling them, you know, I'm glad that the sport has cleaned itself up. You know, there are a lot of guys I was really kind of proud of and supported and looked at. And then when I heard that they used the drugs, I lost a lot of respect.
And you had no idea when it was all going down when you were playing with some of these guys?
No, I'll tell you, when I was playing, there were a couple of guys like Jose Canseco all of a sudden. He's how did he hit the ball off the back of the stadium? I've been playing 20 years. What kind of, but you, okay, you know, maybe one guy was fooling around or something like that. But then it became, when I finished in 95, it wasn't prevalent. They didn't talk about it. Right. No one would have used drugs in front of me anyway. You know, they just wouldn't have. And
I would assume that would make you really mad because you're obviously a guy that doesn't need steroids.
Yeah,
you're always a big, strong guy.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, I came up. I was tall, lean, skinny guy. I mean, you know, I got a couple pounds, you know, muscle and stuff on me. But I just made a commitment when I was coming up. I'm going to play this game straight and clean and do it right. I'm one of the few that succeeded. Didn't even use the greenies, as they say, the uppers. I'm one of the few guys in the sport that could say, I didn't do any of that. And I just tried to take care of myself and let me see how long I can play and how good I can be. I don't have to look over my shoulder when it's done.
Do you think the season's too long? We were discussing that recently. 162 games before the playoffs.
No, and they won't cut it back either, you know.
It's just hard to get into your team the first month or two because you know you have so many freaking games left.
It is, but you know, that's the way baseball has been. It's still America's sport to a large extent, even though there's a lot of hype on basketball and a lot of hype on football and everything like that. But still, 70+ million people come to watch baseball games a year. Minor leagues, 40+ million every year.
Wow.
And baseball, anybody can play. You know, you can be Dustin Pedroia size or David Eckstein, or you could be big Randy Johnson size, or this John Roush playing from Minnesota, 6'11". So you can be any size and play. But you got to play it from when you're young and continue. Can't do like Michael Jordan, as great athlete as he was. Couldn't play baseball. You can't.
Did you laugh at that?
And come back.
Did you laugh? Come on, Dave.
No, I didn't laugh.
Come on, Dave.
Yeah.
The video's
I didn't
online.
laugh
Come
at
on,
it.
Dave. His strike zone was as big as that door right there. He was,
How you gonna laugh at a guy who had about $100 million in the bank and the Nike shoes?
that's a
I
good
said,
point.
Michael, let's go out later on, man. You know.
They're telling us Dave has to leave.
Yeah,
he's way
sorry.
behind. No,
Very
it's
busy
okay.
today.
But
man,
Dave, you got a lot of people that they're not going to be able to talk to you, unfortunately. A lot of breast cancer survivors or people that know people that survived that. So it's ask.com/forthecure.
Exactly.
Believe,
Go
right?
there and then click on the baseball homepage.
Great.
And one way or another, that's going to help. I appreciate everybody. Thanks for your time, and everybody within earshot. Go get checkups. Go online. Do what you have to do, and we can make a difference.
Right on.
Thank you.
The great Dave Winfield.
Please come back and see us. We can talk to
Anytime.
you all morning, man. Dave Winfield, we're going to take a break.